There's nothing I can do. That's just how it is. But another image rushes through my head. It's about that time he drove out a problem student. I remember Kamiya talking about this briefly in one of the flashbacks. He ran into that student's parents right after school. They had come to complain, of course. You monster! Kamiya took all of their verbal abuse. And for a moment, he looked like he regretted his decision. Kamiya's always been the kind of guy to shoulder all the responsibility by himself. There are a lot of us like that here, apparently. There are a lot of us who love to shoulder the responsibility by ourselves, apparently. Kageyama, Kamiya, Nikaido, main character. I guess we all kind of like to do that. Wow, what a fun group. And just talk to each other. Just talk! I want to become his strength. I don't just want to, actually. I will become his strength. I have to place my faith in Kamiya, no matter what.
僕だけど、東国さんを見つけるためにも、桃野さんと変わってもいいかな?
Do you mind if I swap myself out with Momono to look for Togoku? So is this the time where Lo, Kageyama, and main character are all together? Was it originally gonna be you? But then Kageyama's like, hey, can I go to that group? And that's when he like goes to steal the notebook, or... Sakurai was grouped with Momono and Lo. Yeah, I think it is that moment. Sure.
ありがとう。桃野さんに言ってくるね。
Thanks. I'll let her know. There's only one thing I can do for him now. And that is to hold dear whatever he holds dear. So, does that mean not finding the truth, finding the truth? Wait, what does he hold dear exactly? What is that exactly? Okay, so we put ourselves in this situation. That's interesting that Yu was originally supposed to be in this group. I don't know if that was mentioned. I don't know if that was mentioned before, so that's kind of interesting. Yu has been, scary in this route so far, slightly, so I'm a little worried. Not really, she hasn't done anything terrifying. I'm just scared of what her variant actions could mean, I'm afraid. Anyways, I'm now grouped together with Sakurai and Lo in our search for Togoku. Although Sakurai has taken the initiative to lead our little group and I am relegated to following him, Lo doesn't look the slightest bit interested in looking for Togoku and is straight off. Lo, stop dicking around, I remember him saying this. I mean, like, we're not gonna find her anyway. Why not? Figure it out, genius! Everything that's been repeated, I will just say flippantly because we've already heard it. Things are getting heated between Sakurai and Lo. Matsukoji might have openly stood up against Lo, but Sakurai was the more incompatible between the two. Sakurai and Lo are complete opposites. There isn't a single thing they agree upon. I search inside the building Sakurai enters and walk ahead. Going by Kamiya's response, he's definitely in a pinch. He said that he suddenly remembered Lo. That was definitely weird. Okay, yeah. Okay, so right before the scene, then it was like, oh, I remember who he is, and he's definitely a friend. Okay. So at that point, I'm guessing Lo had spoken with Kamiya, and then they reached the arrangements that ended up happening between them. And that's when they started acting all suspicious. So I guess that was the moment. There was no reason for him to say something that was obviously contrary to what everyone else was thinking. I thought someone might have pressured Kamiya into saying it. I talked to Lo once Sakurai is out of earshot. Oh! He talked to him alone? Okay, this is new.
Kamiya-kun mo odoshita. So desho.
Oh! You threatened Kamiya, didn't you? What? Lo looks surprised, and his lips slowly curl into a grin. I didn't threaten him. Oh, so you're cooperating with him, is that it? Lo avoids both eye contact and answering my question. Usually, I would drop the issue by now, but I want to change. There's definitely something weird going on here. You're really chatty today, aren't you? Lo smiles, tossing a glance at me.
みんなが君のことを覚えていないことを知っていたはずなのに。
You showed up out of the blue, Lo, and you know no one remembers you. A complete stranger shows up claiming to be your friend from childhood. Said stranger also keeps saying offensive things since the moment he showed up. Meanwhile, there's a murderer lurking among us. In that case, the future becomes laughably predictable.
君には強い疑いが向く。
I am very suspicious of you.
何言ってる？
I don't know what you're talking about. Lo's air of ease disappears, if only for a second.
ロー君はそれを承知で戻ってきたんじゃないの？
Are you saying you showed up without fully knowing that?
もしそうなら、ここで考えは大きく二つに分かれる。
Because in that case,
疑われても、みんなの前に姿を現す意味がある。
because in that case, there's another possibility why you're making yourself look so suspicious.
もしくは、みんなに疑われることこそが目的。
That is, you want us to be suspicious of you. Yeah. Again, I don't understand his role or objective. He's kind of the one wanting to push everything forward. I guess him being a jerkwad and causing unrest and unease amongst the entire group is what causes the situation to propel forward, maybe? And because it's like, oh, hello, there's Kageyama's hand. It's one of those things where in mystery novels, like when they put so much suspicion onto someone, you don't think it's them. So that's why he chooses to act suspicious, because it's going to be the psychological reverse psychology effect. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
影山、お前ほんと鋭いよな。一番苦手なタイプだわ。
You're a sharp kid, Kageyama. I hate people like you the most.
まあ、でも行動に移す勇気はないからいいんだけど、傷つくのが怖いんだもんな。
Well, you're too much of a coward to do anything about it anyway. You're afraid of getting hurt, right? He doesn't even try to come up with an excuse. I don't respond, and Lo walks away from me. He appears talkative, but he's actually contemplative when left to his own devices. I think he preferred being alone until he met us. Seeing that reminds me of myself from a long time ago.
ねえ、みんなに受け入れられて仲間に入りたい。
What? Do you want to be friends with us?
別に。
Not really. If Kageyama's making that observation, I'm gonna guess there is some hint of truth to that. And he's just kind of being an asshole tsundere, but not really tsundere because there's nothing nice about him. It's all just asshole. So there's this trope out there for a particular character in a game I've played. I'm gonna be as vague as possible because I don't want to spoil anything. But they're like a huge jerk. And you think there's going to be more to them. You think like, oh, you know, maybe they're just a big old tsundere with more emphasis on the tsun, less on the dere. You know, eventually their soft side's going to come through. They're going to get along with everybody. Nope, never happens. They're an asshole the entire way through. I remember looking up the TV tropes for that particular piece of media, and it says jerk with a heart of a jerk or something like that, because I think one of the tropes is jerk with a heart of gold, but this one was just jerk with a heart of a jerk. It made me crack up, and it's stuck in my mind ever since. Anyways, that's what I'm placing upon Lo at this moment. I'm sure this game is gonna try to redeem him in some way. I'm not looking forward to it because he's done a lot of unforgivable and he said a lot of unforgivable things, but I'm sure it's going to try to redeem him at some point. Anyways, jerk with a heart of a jerk. Not really.
でも嫌じゃない？誰かから嫌われてるの。僕は気持ちよくわかるよ。
Don't you hate it though? The feeling that someone out there hates you. I know it all too well. Yeah, no, it sucks. I get consumed when there are negative feelings towards me, and I've gotten better at dealing with that, but definitely, it's hard. Nobody likes that. Nobody deals with that easily, unless they really like, I welcome the haters. You know, I don't even care, but like, it's hard. It can be hard, man. Lo squints his eyes as if to scan me.
俺を詮索して何がしたい？
Why are you probing me so much? Why? The answer to that had been decided since that day. I want to help Kamiya, to be his strength for once. I want to solve his problems. I want him to need me. I don't want him to regret bringing me in. Oh, Kageyama, baby! You're fine on your own. You're fine as who you are. You don't have to be somebody else's strength. You don't have to prove yourself to nobody. You just gotta be yourself, my dude, okay?
お前、何を知ってる？
What do you know, Kageyama?
何も知らないよ。
Nothing. Our conversation confirms my speculations. Lo is hiding something. Something that might spin out of control if exposed. Knowing that is good enough for me. He's being careful to let no one know of his real aim. And this aim is what's guiding his every action. It all makes sense now. Good. Now I just need to act. But what if I'm wrong? Everyone might end up getting killed. I'm scared. The feeling of calling everything off overwhelms me. I should just follow along, taking the easy way out like I always do. It's safer that way. No. I can't keep doing that. I always think about myself. I remember looking at everyone from afar. I remember not wanting to join them, to interrupt the flow, to break their friendship. It couldn't be farther from the truth. The truth is, I was scared of being hurt. If I ruined the flow, they would all blame me. I didn't want that. I was scared of being told to my face, you shouldn't be here to begin with. So I got rid of the possibility of being hurt by not giving them a chance to blame me. But I can't do that now. I won't be able to help Kamiya if I did. What should I do? The conversation ends, and I get closer to Sakurai. I hear a small chime. Something has fallen out of Sakurai's pocket. It just coincidentally fell out! The whole time I thought Kageyama stole it. It just coincidentally... Wow, what a great big ol' coincidence. What amazing timing. Right at that moment, right then and there as he was having that inner monologue and resolving himself and all that. Really? Wow. Plot convenience is my favorite. Isn't it yours? Oh my god. Okay. Well, that solves that question of whether Kageyama can be sneaky enough to steal without us noticing. He can't. So he's basically a pure baby angel. I'm just joking. A key to Sakurai's room. I might be able to help Kamiya with this. I pick it up once I'm sure that neither of them are looking.
ごめん。僕、ホテルに忘れ物しちゃったみたい。ちょっと取ってくるね。
So hey, this is the moment he's like, I'm a bounce. I left something. I'm a bounce. See you later. Hey, wait a minute. Sakurai calls out to me, but I've already turned my back on him to go to the hotel. This is the best thing I can do right now. Sakurai might resent me for this. No one might understand my motivations for doing this. But if this is what Kamiya wants, then I'm willing to do it. I clench my fingers, balling them into a fist to make the trembling stop. Man, okay, so excuse me. His whole arc revolves around Kamiya, which shouldn't be a surprise, but it's more than I was expecting. It's more involved with Kamiya than I was expecting, so I managed to make it to the room without running into anyone. So far, so good. Now to look for the notebook. It doesn't look like something Sakurai would always have on his person, so it should be in his room. When hiding something important, people tend to hide them somewhere close, but out of sight, like inside a drawer, for example. Yep, that's where I would put it too. I opened the drawer to find the notebook just sitting in it. I'm surprised that my search has come to such an abrupt end. The room was supposed to be locked after all. I guess Sakurai didn't take into account any intruders. Where's the camera? Okay, the angle means it must have been put in the corner down there. It must be down there somewhere. It's gotta be there at this point, right? Maybe not. Okay, because they never mentioned seeing anyone else come in. Right? The camera only ever showed, it was like, oh, it's your alibi. It shows that you were here when Kageyama disappeared. So Kageyama coming in to take the notebook would have happened right before that footage. Earlier in the day of that same footage, so, you know, he must have been caught on camera. Kind of interesting that never got brought up. I'm not sure if that was an overlooked plot point or if that was on purpose. Anyways, I opened the notebook.
なるほど。
I see. It looks like Togoku had left this notebook behind. The book is filled with her ideas about this world. Quite detailed, too. I can't stay here long, so I have to skim through it quick. I flip through its pages, chunking its information as I go along. My own personal way of speed reading. And I'm guessing because he's a bookie guy, you know, maybe he's real good at reading, speed reading, conglomerating information. Oh, is this him looking for the key? It's still so weird seeing Sakurai's model since we haven't been able to see it the whole game. I stand by at the scramble. Sakurai and Lo soon return. Sakurai seems flustered as he gropes around every pocket on his person, inspecting the ground with great interest. He's noticed that he's lost his key. I feel kind of bad for filching it now. I call out to him as if I just noticed him.
Sakurai-kun, 探していたんだ.
Wipe that smirk off your face, Lo. I know you noticed something and I don't even care. You might have even seen me swipe it. Shut up. Wipe that smirk off your face. Sakurai-kun, I was looking for you. Yeah, what? What's up? Here, you dropped this. I give him his key. He breathes a sigh of relief. Thanks, man. I started panicking, thinking I couldn't go back in my room. No need to thank me. Just be more careful. You never know what could happen. Yeah, it was him saying that line that made me so suspicious. He's like, you never know what could happen. You never know. I don't think he should show that notebook to anyone else either. Sakurai's apprehension isn't unwarranted. The notebook might rouse suspicion against Togoku. Yeah, really, thanks! After finishing our search, we head back to the scramble to assemble with everyone at the designated time. Okay, are we still in Kageyama's perspective? We must be! This is gonna be the pivotal moment where he calls up the suspects list, right? It's gotta be, yeah, I can't skip this. So we're in Kageyama's perspective, so this isn't an old scene. Wow, they're standing awful close to each other. It almost looks like the hands of wow, they're standing awful close to each other. Okay, alright, so again, I think we can just skim through this because I think this is going to be the moment where we bring up the suspects list, but the new thing here is going to be Kageyama's inner monologue. So, I see, we still haven't found her, huh? Today's search came up dry. Kamiya looks down for a moment, but soon lifts his head up to force a smile. We should be finished with the search by the day after tomorrow, at least. We'll find her by then. I don't know if that ended up meaning anything. See, I was so suspicious of that particular statement. I was like, why? Why 2 days? What does that mean? Why? Huh? But I don't think that ever came to fruition. It's possible when we go to Kamiya's perspective that maybe that'll be more expanded upon, but for now, I don't think that ever ended up meaning anything, question mark? Machikoji speaks up just as we were about to turn in for the day. Kamiya, I really can't agree with Lo being here. Huh? Now, I can't blame you if you can't remember. But he's really one of our friends. If you doubt him, feel free to ask him anything, something only we would know. Even if Lo could correctly answer something that only we would know, that wasn't proof that he was our old friend. Kamiya could have told him all about us. Machikoji seems to have noticed that, so he doesn't bother asking Lo a single question. Again, at this exact moment, Sakurai is having the exact same inner monologue. I remember, like, not like word for word, but like the thoughts he was having was the exact same. Wow, we're all pretty smart, huh? We're all pretty connected, huh? Machikoji, you trying to say I'm a culprit here? Yeah, I am. Who else could it be? Really? Someone who knows they killed someone in the real world, and they try to keep it on the down low here, wouldn't they? There isn't anyone with us who'd ever hurt someone. Come on, of course there is. If there wasn't, Togoku wouldn't have been killed. I wonder where they hid the body. Killed? Momino grows paler and paler. She must have taken Kamiya's words at face value when he said Togoku left of her own accord. The possibility of Togoku's murder hadn't entered her mind until now. Enough, Machikoji. I don't think you should be suspecting him of anything without any proof. Hell, why don't you show us the proof you're not the killer? You're the only one who it could be. Excuse me. Dude, quit screaming. Fine. You're gonna keep complaining about it? I'll leave. You cool with that? There's no proof that he didn't do it, of course. There it is. He's going to leave us now, fed up with our accusations. This was his goal from the start. Really? So he was like, I'm really suspicious. Everybody think that I did it. Do it. And then like, oh man, you all think I did it. Okay, I guess I'll go now. So wait, why was that his goal? Why? This is what Lo threatened Kamiya into doing. Okay, so they cooperated so he would be forced to be pushed away from the group. Huh? So Kamiya put on this act of like, Lo's our friend, so that ultimately we would push him out of the group? Ha! Y'all. I don't know his motivations, but his actions are lining up with my predictions so far. Damn, dude, Kageyama's smart. This is my time to act. Okay, and this is why he suddenly piped up and he was like, suspects list, activate, please. Yeah, I can't stand another second being around you. Jeez, and Hero's gonna be the hand of God that'd help you with your little mystery detective game. Lowe's lips curl into a satisfied grin. I have to do it. Now. So we interrupt. Right? Unless it's about to... Okay, yeah. Hey, everyone. My voice croaks. I worry about whether they heard me, but everyone turns to me. I guess they heard me fine. Kageyama, what's up? Their gaze pierced me like needles. I try to talk, but my vocal cords clamp shut. Is this what Kamiya deals with every time? Or am I just a coward? If I'm wrong, I could end up throwing everyone in danger. Is this really the right thing to do? Am I doing this for the good of my friends? Anxiety fills my head to the point I'm unable to think. They should be willing to hear me out at least. I know it's going to be alright, but apprehension grips my body. Should I be a pillar of strength for Kamiya? Or should I carry on as I always have? And I think somebody pipes up to help us. Maybe it's Kamiya? I think somebody piped up to help us at this point. To speak aloud. Oh! Wait! Oh! Oh my god! Here's our choice! Wait, what is this picture that looks so sad? Is this us keeping... This is us keeping quiet. This is us keeping quiet, isn't it? No! I don't want to pursue that. This, true route. This is the true route because we were like, no, now's the time. I'm going to be a pillar of strength. I'm going to act on his behalf and I'm going to be strong and move stuff forward and I'm going to call that suspects list up. That's this choice. So this one's the bad end. This one's the sad end. The bad sad end. The bad sad end. Man! But this is the individual character development route. So I have to do it. I did it for her. I did it for Togoku. I have to do it for every character, because this is just going to lead us to the true path. This looks so sad! I don't want to do it! So I think, yeah, if I'm understanding the situation correctly, this is like, oh, I'm not going to be a pillar of strength. I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep quiet and just go as I usually go about things. So I think this is that. Here we go! Here we go! Hello! I am back on a different day. I will try to keep this brief. I know I tend to ramble a lot in between when I'm coming on a new day. Can't help it, because, you know. But anyways, this is something important I had to tell you, because I just want to let you know my journey of pain along the way. So I lost 2 more hours of progress. I don't know. I think I've talked about that before. And it turns out, after digging around on Reddit, thank you so much for I can't remember their name right now, but thank you to the person who helped me on Reddit. Thank you to the person who helped me with Oculus. But there is a max file limit, and I probably should have expected that, but I didn't know. I haven't messed with this stuff that much. So that's why it keeps automatically stopping at a certain amount of time, and before it would save automatically, this time it did not, so I lost that footage. So before I kept my audio for my voice, and then I just re-recorded the footage to match that, but this time I'm re-recording both, because in this particular segment it's going to be too troublesome to do the same method I did before. So yep, just letting you know, there's just a lot going on behind the scenes for recording this. But anyways, alright, let's continue. We're Kageyama making that decision of not being able to bring it up, not being able to be the pillar of strength for Kamiya. Sadly, I don't know how this is going to go, but let's do it. I couldn't bring the topic up. I'm so scared. Scared of taking responsibility. A fight might break out because of what I say. Possibility scares me. I can't possibly shoulder that burden. Unlike Kamiya, the politician, I'm just an average Joe that prefers to stay in the shadows. It's too heavy for my weak, fragile heart. Any sort of responsibility would crush me immediately. My daring and determination vanish in an instant. I return, having said nothing once more. The part that I hate most about myself.
Kageyama, どうしたんだ?
Kageyama, what's wrong?
ただその喧嘩は良くないよって。
Just Fighting isn't good. Loku laughs, as if to scorn me, and glares at me.
水を差すんじゃねえよ、弱虫野郎。結局日和なら最初からおとなしくしてろ。
Quit being such a wet blanket, you weak sauce piece of crap. If you're gonna pick a side, then just shut up and choose.
じゃあ、俺は行くからな。お前らみたいな恩知らずには愛想が尽きたぜ。
Anyway, I'm going. I'm sick of you ingrates. Oh no. So we let him go. Lokun leaves on his own. This is one of the worst possible outcomes I can imagine. Lo is drawing everyone's suspicion and can go around doing anything he wants. So in the other universe, calling it out forced it so that we have to be it forced it so that he's kind of off the suspects list, I guess, because the suspects list doesn't show him, but I mean, at the same time, that almost makes him more suspicious. I don't really know. I don't really understand the conclusion of, like, why it was a bad thing to let him go and why it was a good thing to kind of trap him there with the suspects list. It's easy to imagine what he'll do after this, even though I'm the only one who noticed. Even though I'm the only one who can prevent it. Again. I wasn't able to be of any use because I was such a coward. I apologize silently countless times in my heart. Sorry. I couldn't help Kamiya-kun again. This is so freaking sad. I hated picking this route. Like, this could only end terribly. How is this even going to end? Is anybody here to kill me? We're good? Okay. How is this even going to end? Why? What are we doing? That night, I went to the scramble myself. All being in my room would accomplish is going crazy from stewing in self-hate. So I decided to come here to cool off. Oh my god, if that isn't relatable, holy cow. Display a list of suspects. So he's going here by himself to do it? Oh, okay, what if somebody's around though? As if responding to my command, the monitors begin to change. Displayed on the billboard monitors are all 8 of our names. With Kamiya crossed... Oh wait, no, it's not Kamiya crossed out. Kamiya's name without the side part, and with Togoku crossed out. Tetsu Kageyama, Kamiya, Kyosuke Sakurai, Yuria Togoku, Karen Nikaido, Sota Machikoji, Yu Momono, Ai Morozumi. Togoku-san's name is crossed out with a line. Lokun's name isn't listed. If only I'd shown this to everyone earlier. Written in Togoku-san's notebook, which was in Sakurai-kun's room, were notes on the workings of this world. The Chronos world wants us to clear some sort of mission, and comes equipped with certain help features. This is one of those. By facing the electronic billboards and instructing them, they can display the list of suspects. Those who are gone will have their names crossed out, so you can tell if they still exist here. In other words, since Loku is not listed here, he's definitely not the culprit. It's verified by the world itself. I guess if you're so convinced that those are the rules of the world, then that's gotta be it. Though, you know, from any other person's perspective, and from us before we finish the game once through, you know, Lo's still suspicious as all hell. Even now, we barely know who the heck he is. If I was only able to show this to everyone, then I would have been able to keep Loku from splitting off from us. I'm sure Loku intentionally fought with Machikoji-kun to get himself forced out of the group. So, again, what exactly is that going to accomplish? So, because everybody suspects him, they're not going to suspect each other, therefore what, how will that help him accomplish his goal of getting everybody to remember their crimes? I'm so confused. He's trying to make everyone think he's the culprit, to distract them all from something, and also be able to move of his own accord. Cleverly done. So, distract them from the true crime. I'm sorry, I just need his plan just plainly set for me, because it keeps, like, these various characters are shedding light on various things that he's doing and being like, yeah, that's definitely what he's doing, this is definitely his intention, but I'm struggling to piece it all together. I guess especially because, again, we don't know anything about him. I could have been able to prevent that.
Kageyama-kun.
Oh!
あれはあなたが
Nikaido, the sign, the list of things, it's nothing, don't worry about it. Kageyama-kun, is that you? Ah, hello! Jesus!
二階堂さん。これは、
Nikaido-san, this is... how can I explain this? If she asks me how I learned about this...
みんなの名前。けど、東国さんの名前には横線が引かれている。それに、ローの名前がないのね。
It's everyone's names, but Togoku-san's name is crossed out, and Lo's name isn't here. My heart slowly calms down to match Nikaido-san's cool and collected voice.
これは、東国さんに教えてもらったことで。
Togoku-san showed me this, so I had no real reason to hide it now. So I decided to explain the details to Nikaido.